morning or good afternoon, ladies and gents. Lucky today to be joined by Claudia Michaels, who does things. Look, I've watched Claudia and watched her career essentially over the last sort of 2 or 3 years, and watched it progress from level to level. Does amazing stuff in regards to social media, selling properties. We were just talking before the video started, essentially all over Victoria. And it's a little bit different to your normal business model whereby agents have a certain farm area and they really focus, inside that farm area, where Claudia's selling properties from Brighton to Casey to Melton to all over the Victorian marketplace. So Claudia, thank you for your time. So to begin with, I want to give the viewers a bit of an understanding as to your background, because you've done really well in a relatively short period of time. When you look at, some people have been in real estate for 20, 30 years and aren't getting the results that you're getting inside a 5-year window.
Yeah.
So what's your background? Like, when did you start in real estate, and what was the initial role, and then what's been the progression?
Yeah. So I technically started, I've been in real estate as an independent agent now for 3 years.
3 years, yep.
So this is my third year running. I initially started as an assistant to the director.
Yep.
And within my first month, to my shock even now, I, as a PA to him, I listed and sold over $13.1 million in my first month.
Far out.
I still don't know how I did that. But that's how it all started. So I did 1 year as a PA, learnt as much as I could. Took a little bit from every agent and adapted it into my style. And now this is my third year running as an independent agent.
Okay, so 4 years in total, 1 year as an assistant, 3 years as a lead agent. Yeah, got you. Okay.
During COVID.
Yeah. So, and you've been blitzing it still during COVID, and we'll get to that. And some of the initiatives that you put into place to still do deals during a Victorian lockdown, which for those, if you're watching nationally from other states, I know everybody's gone through stuff, but we've been essentially in lockdown for like 2 years. It's been a bloody nightmare. So with regards to that first 12 months, so obviously the first month you came out, blitzed it. I assume your roles inside that first 12 months were buyer inquiry, building inspections, pest inspections, prospecting, those sorts of things.
Which I hated. But I did it anyway. But very quickly, so yes, I was meant to be a PA, organise the opens, but also I was doing the buyer inspections. And that's where I really elevate. So I suck at paperwork, even to this day. Okay, and I think that's fine, but my strength was with people. And I realized very quickly that real estate can be either very hard or it can be really, really amazing. It's an amazing profession to be in. So, but I was doing all the shit.
I think it's important as well. Like, it's important that which you obviously do, that you identify what you are good at and what you are shit at, so then you can hire accordingly and really double down. Double down on what your strong points are. So you're not, everyone can do everything, but it's clunky. Paperwork, if that's not your area of expertise, but you're a gun in front of people, you want to create a landscape where you can just be in front of people.
Exactly.
Because there's other people who are going to be not very good at being in front of people, but they're good at that back end stuff.
Or making the calls.
So with regards to that, so I know you've got a heavy presence and following on social media. So do you generate a lot of business from that presence?
Absolutely. So during lockdown, for example, I sold a house in Brighton. It was actually just before it was kind of in between that transition stage. We were still having restrictions.
Yeah.
And I had a guy that just kept commenting on all my photos.
Yeah.
And then I met him out and he said, look, I'm interested in buying a house in Brighton.
Yep.
I thought, how can I take this? It's a guy, he's probably cracking on to me. How do I deal with this? But you know what, just be professional and see where it goes.
Yeah.
And I followed up with him on the Monday and he ended up buying a house off me for $6 million. And he goes, now can you follow me back on Instagram? So, you know, it's so funny because my Instagram, my Facebook and LinkedIn does my job for me.
Yeah, gotcha.
So if someone gives me a message saying, Claudia, I'm thinking of selling my home, can you please come out? It's already done.
Yeah.
They already want to sign with me.
Yeah.
Because they see, all right, just listed, just sold.
Yeah.
This area, that area.
Yeah.
It's continuity.
So that's a massive takeaway. So essentially what you're saying there is that your social media is your prospecting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not your normal real estate agent. I don't have a patch of an area that I deal in.
Yeah.
I've never door knocked. I don't do cold calling.
Yeah.
Everything
That's cool.
is my social media. I
mean, yeah.
Think about it. We're sitting down. We're watching TV. Our phone's next to you.
Your
phone's next to you.
Yeah.
My phone's next to me. I could be watching TV but still scrolling.
Yeah.
We are visual creatures. And the more information you put on your social media, that is your platform, that is your website. But I don't do just business because then people get bored. So a little bit of family, a little bit of cute dogs, family, lifestyle, beauty, food, business. Incorporate it.
It's very intelligent.
So people fall in love with me as a person and my values and my work ethic. And that's what they buy essentially. Yeah.
So with that being said, so when you, and I mean, it's just to have the ability to go into an appraisal based on your social media and have that, I guess, that landscape where you are uncontested because they've called in Claudia specifically, is a very smart way of, and a lot easier way of doing real estate than, you know, having to go in and compete against, you know, 5 or 6 agents. And so it's a very intelligent way of doing it.
I love that you said that because us agents, we know how to work really hard. But when you work smarter and harder, that's what sets you apart from everyone else. And why not use it? Because 100%. As I said, that, you know, all the social media platforms that we've got, that is our website, essentially.
So with regards to you just mentioned then a sale that you made $6 million in Brighton. So, and I'll touch on it briefly at the start of the video, but so you're selling properties all over Victoria?
Yeah. So just before I walked in to meet you, I was working on an offer in Melton. So I've got 2 properties side by side. And I'm working with 2 different buyers. One is for 5.5 million and the other one is 3.2. So it you know, as I say, real estate's changed. You know, someone from Doncaster is buying in Brighton. Someone in Dandenong is buying in Brighton East. When you don't cap yourself to one area, that's what I find. I can get a larger, broader audience of people coming in, selling, buying.
So with that being said, do you, because I agree, things have definitely changed since COVID, and I don't think they'll ever be the same again. And if I was to point out, in my opinion, not the only, but, you know, one of the major benefits that come out of this shit show, it is the fact that the way people did business before, they've learned they don't need to do business like that anymore. So, and things like, and, you know, working remotely and not being in the office, it's just not essential. So do you base yourself at an office each day, or do you just go where the business is?
My office is in my car. My office is, you know, in someone's home. I do go to the office sometimes, but this here. This is my office.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, we're blessed to be able to tap into so many people.
Yeah.
You know, going back to social media, I once had 220 acres in Sky, and I posted it on LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn is brilliant. Okay.
Yeah, LinkedIn's
for
good.
business professionals. And I had a guy from Singapore that made me an offer just then and there. Here's unconditional. These are my terms.
Yeah.
This is my office.
That's crazy.
This is everything to me.
That's crazy.
But it's bad at the same time too.
When I first started in real estate, you know, which was 1999, and
Wow.
I've seen, you know, it's amazing how much it's changed since then. But some of the things that you're saying right now have genuinely, you know, highlighted that, you know, the extent of those changes, and that if you're smart and intelligent about the way you embrace that technology, it can make an enormous difference.
Keyword, you're embracing technology.
Yeah.
And
so when you go to a listing presentation that has that has been generated from social media, well, do you have a structured listing presentation that you tend to go through, or do you adapt that presentation based on the person you're dealing with?
It's the person that I'm dealing with.
Yeah, gotcha.
So, look, as my director says, when you're going into someone's home, you are performing.
Yeah.
You're on.
Yeah.
But I never really have a structure.
Yeah, sure.
So I go by how I feel.
Yep.
How the person is.
Yep.
And then I work on that.
Yeah, gotcha.
But I always go through the basics. Look, the comparables. This is what I've sold.
Yeah.
But or, you know, I have a lot of people where I'm walking into their home and they've seen 2-3 other agents, and they're so structured that they actually feel like they're robots.
Sure.
So when I come in with a little bit of personality and I'm laughing,
a bit of flair.
And then, you know, look, I'm being real. That's one of the biggest things. Like for me personally, I'm really honest with them.
Authenticity.
And they see that.
Yeah.
And that's when they feel like, wow, I'm actually talking to a real person.
Yeah.
She's down to earth, but she's switched on.
Yeah.
She'll get the job done.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. They feel confident that you're, you know, the real deal.
Yeah.
So 3 years as a lead agent, have your results increased year in, year out? Yes. Okay.
What does this smile say? So it was only last week Tuesday that I won another award for basically Agent of the Year now. So
well done.
3 years in a row.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, as I said on my speech when I got the award, you know, I might not win every single year, but the one thing that I can guarantee is that I will always work hard. I'll be the hardest worker in the room, and most grateful as well. Like I'm so grateful about my journey in such a short period of time. Yes, it's taken a lot of hard work, but I've loved every single moment because it's in the process. It's in, you know, part of the journey that I get to the goal. That's what I love. But every single year it keeps going up. So my results from my first year, my second year have increased. Even though it's COVID.
What do you? And that's that's phenomenal in itself. So just on that, I was going to ask something else, but just now you've brought me back to that actually. So during COVID, were you embracing technologies like Zoom and doing listing presentations via Zoom? Yeah.
So look, I think the first year that we were in lockdown, that was really hard because, look, if we go back into lockdown now, we're so used to it here in Melbourne. Okay, here's the deal. We're going through it. When it first happened, we all didn't know. So I realized that I can't go out to someone's house. I can't even get them to get out of the house where I can go in and do a virtual video. So I was like, shit, what do I do? So I picked up the phone and I taught them how to use the camera to do the wide zoom, and I said, what I want you to do is very still, start from the outside, walk all the way in, quickly in and out. Here's an example of what I've done. And the clients were doing it for us.
Gotcha.
And then I would use that on WhatsApp, WeChat, and I would blast it out to the people, because one thing I realized during that first year, everyone was so frightened about what's going on, what's going to happen. But the one thing that I realized, everyone needs the home. Your home is the most essential.
Yeah.
So people were desperate to buy a house.
Can I ask, just on that?
Yeah.
So, and this might be controversial, but so...
We love controversy.
Yeah, so given that we're now out of lockdown, because it's about making real estate simpler, if you can.
Yep.
So are you still embracing those same strategies? Yeah, 100%. And that's smart, because it makes it's time efficiency.
Yeah. So what I do with every single property of mine now, regardless, going back to humans being we're visual creatures.
Yeah.
Okay. They need to feel, see, touch, smell. So they've come into the open.
Yep.
They've seen it online, come into the open. They've looked at it, and then I do my follow-ups with a virtual video that I do on every single property.
Yep.
And then I send it to them on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
So after I send the Section 32, then a couple of hours later, I'll send the video.
Yep.
Follow up. I'll keep that pot going. So
you
hear that saying in the industry. When the pot is hot, you don't stop stirring. You keep it going.
Yeah.
So I keep this momentum going.
Yeah.
And then I still implement those strategies into today, because I find that virtual video does wonders for them.
So if you just listen to the way Claudia is speaking, so far there's been Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, Zoom, WeChat. So all these different platforms that Claudia is able to, is firstly using, but able to access at the push of a button from her mobile office and get results from it. So I think a lot of agents, when lockdown happened, they just sort of thought, I'm just going to wait for things to come back to normal, where agents like Claudia have embraced those things and learned how to do business in a very effective way with those things. But even though now we're post-lockdown, he still has incorporated those things into her business because she has found significant growth from them.
Yeah,
absolutely. Which is, it's awesome. As far as agents coming into, not only, because this is going to be appealing not just for agents who are wanting to enter the industry and learn how to get traction intelligently, but it's also going to be beneficial, for whether established agents who aren't doing it, new agents coming in. It's a win for everybody. What are some of because you would have seen in your 3 years' time, real estate can be a high turnover industry. People come, people go. People think it's all
the time.
Coffees
Glitz
and
glamour.
Yeah. What are some of the character traits that you feel for somebody coming in, a good agent needs to have to be successful?
Great question. You need self-reliance.
Yep.
Okay, you can't rely on directors, you can't rely on your peers to do anything for you.
Yep.
You've got to be self-reliant and self-efficient within yourself.
Yep.
You've got to understand that motivation, sometimes you're not going to have it. You just need to do the action, and then that'll give you the motivation.
Yep.
I also believe that we have to be problem solvers.
Yeah,
so
totally agree.
You can't look at a problem and just focus on that. You've got to look and find a solution in everything.
Totally agree.
So if you've got that mindset, and if you understand that, yes, it's going to take a little bit of time, but I'm in one of the best industries, we can make more than doctors.
Yeah.
And we've got that at our fingertips, at your mobile phone.
Yeah.
If you can focus on, implementing your mindset, you work on your mindset before anything else, I think that is key. Because when I went into real estate, I went in thinking, I know nothing, I haven't even done the course.
What were you doing? Sorry to interrupt, but what were you doing before real estate?
I was working in the European football industry.
Oh, righto. Okay, so it's a big,
huge,
big industry career change. Yeah, okay, gotcha.
So I was based in Monaco, Italy, and Spain.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that's why it was really hard for me to get into real estate, because I thought, oh my God, why am I going to let go of a dream job?
Yeah.
But it was probably the best decision I ever made.
And out of interest, what motivated you? Was there a catalyst that that something happened where you thought, no, I want to get into real estate? You just thought I could be good at this? Was there something that
No.
You just took the punt?
No. I guess the opportunity presented itself to me.
Yep.
And I said no, because I've got this dream job that anyone would dream of having.
Yeah.
And my director at that time, he basically believed in me before I believed in myself.
Yeah, gotcha.
And saw, okay, she's got certain attributes and qualities that would make a gun of a real estate agent. So I never believed in it. I just thought, God, if I can make half of what he's doing, why not?
Yeah.
So,
and then the rest is...
history.
Yeah. So it's goals for, have you got targets or thought about targets for 2022, like what you want to be writing in GCI for next year?
I want to double.
Okay.
Yeah, so every year I want to double, and I think I have.
Yeah.
Every year now.
Yeah, okay. And with regards to so your actual headquarters such is where's
Hampton East.
Hampton East, and you're selling properties all over the Victorian market.
Mm-hmm.
Have you with regards to your, and it sounds like it's going to be broad as well, but what would be your average selling price? Or are you selling properties from $500,000 up to 10 million?
I am literally selling properties from 300,000 all the way up to 40 million.
Far out.
I know.
That's great. And
even when I listed a $40 million site, I realized, a lot of people get caught up on the figure.
Yeah.
If you can work on the smaller things with the same enthusiasm as the big ones, that is what's going to set you apart. Because, for example, I've just listed something in Ascot Vale and it's only worth $300 and something thousand.
Yeah.
But he's got in excess of over $100 million on his books that he wants to sell.
Yeah,
From just that one, you don't know. So I treat every single property as if because it's the biggest asset of their life. So I take full pride and respect in it.
Yeah.
But I can range all the way from 400,000 all the way up to 40 million.
That's awesome. So some great takeaways here. One is social media. Regardless of the platform, Claudia's on every platform and I dare say your message may be slightly different depending on the platform. Mm-hmm. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
So, like, you wouldn't put on LinkedIn what you put on Instagram.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, thinking about each platform and using each platform that's consistent with what the platform actually is. Yeah. So that's smart. When Claudia goes into then business that's generated from her social media, by the sound of things, majority of the time it's uncontested. So she's walking in and pretty much got the business because they have reached out to her, as opposed to the way normal prospecting is, you sort of chasing somebody down. But really, by the sound of things, what your content, that really is the chase.
They're
and then
chasing
you just
me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Which is a great thing.
Yeah.
But then it also puts me into a different state. Now I hate not being able to sell. So now I've got this, people have this huge expectation of me, which is completely normal.
Yeah.
So I love to deliver.
Yeah.
I don't care about getting the listing, and what's the point of having a listing, having my name on the board and it sits there for months and not selling? I hate that.
Yeah.
Obviously, we can't sell every property, but we do our best. And
it's interesting as well because with technology, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted Claudia to come in today, because I know she's doing great results, but her presence on social media is significant, but it also then it turns it global. Like it's not here's your farm area and there's 1,000 homes and focus on those areas. As Claudia mentioned, properties from 300,000 to 40 million across the entire Victorian market, selling properties on LinkedIn from a buyer in Singapore, multi-million dollar deals from social media. So that's some really bloody good takeaways. Yeah, especially for there's a lot of like old school agents out there who have a high skill set, but they would just get smacked around by people like yourself because they don't ever get the opportunities that you get because they don't embrace.
That's true.
Those technologies. And in regards to new people coming in, so one of the big takeaways there was mindset, making sure that they're,
focusing on the solution, not the problem. If you can self-motivate yourself to get up and just put in the work. And the one thing that I really truly live by, I just show up. I make sure that no matter what, whether I feel like shit or whether I can't be bothered or I have no motivation, I show up because you don't know. I have had days where it's like, oh my God, I've got that itch. I need to sell. I haven't sold anything. And then I wake up thinking it's just going to be a normal day. And then boom, a listing, boom, another sale, then another offer.
So true.
It happens out of nowhere. So if you can show up every single day and understand you're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days. But as I said, you've got an opportunity to earn as more than a doctor. You've got the opportunity to work, a business within a business. You can set your own hours. You can sleep in if you want to. You can take evenings off. You're the boss. You're the show. I even to my shock, and I don't say this to impress you, but to impress upon you. My biggest month in real estate, and I wasn't planning. I just thought, just keep doing what you're doing. Work as hard as you can. And for that month, I brought in commission $232,000 for the month. And even I turned around and go, how? What? When? Where? It's just being consistent. Understanding you'll have good days, you'll have bad days. But if you could just keep going, you'll love it. Some
great takeaways. I totally agree. The best salespeople are always looking for the solution. Totally agree with that. And trying to the vendor putting their property in the market, they're doing that for a reason, so finding a solution as to how you can accommodate that. And spot on, totally agree. If you just keep doing the right actions, it may not happen immediately, may happen unexpectedly. But if you just keep doing
showing up, keep showing up,
100%,
and go through the waves. Life isn't perfect. We've got our good moments, our bad. Ride that wave out. Go through the ups, go through the downs, go through the middle, go through that shit. Stage where you're just like, what the hell? What am I doing here? But if psychologists say that so many people give up just before they're about to succeed. So stick through it, be tough, and just get through it, because you will be on the other side saying, wow, look at what I've done. I'm proud of myself. This
is a really good interview.
Thank you.
It's a really good one. Look,
he probably says that to everyone.
No. Marcel, he does these, so he knows himself.
Marcel? Okay, he's giving me the nod.
Look, we'll wrap it up there, and I just want to say thank you. That's a red hot interview, because it's not just you've touched on so many different things in regards to social media, in regards to mindset, in regards to being solution focused, in regards to generating business anywhere, based on the initiatives that you take on board. There's so many takeaways from that interview. So Claudia, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
I really appreciate it. And guys, we'll put some captions at the start of this video that you'll see anyway, that will have the key points. If you like it, follow us on YouTube, and we've got the podcast that we're getting created at the moment, so you'll certainly be informed about that also. But thank you all for your time. Thank you, Claudia. You're a superstar.
Thank you.
And thanks for watching. Cheers.